Hey, this is going to seem like a real weird upload on the channel because if you're out of touch with what we do on Twitch and who we work with, we've been working with Kind of Funny a ton, and we're really close to SnowBikeMike, who's one of their amazing hosts, and we love SnowBikeMike on the channel, and we hang out with them on Twitch a lot. So with that, whenever we did this road trip that you may or may not know about, I don't really know how often you're seeing these uploads. But we did a road trip around the country. We streamed for 21 days straight. We drove 7,500 miles. We met over 200 of you guys on the road, and we did it all live on twitch.tv/GameAttack. But there's this one part of the trip where we go to Tahoe and we see SnowBikeMike from Kind of Funny, and we hang out with him for about a day and a half. And he really just grabbed us by the arms and dragged us around Tahoe. And it was so much fun just to listen to his story. This upload is mostly for the Kind of Funny audience. I wanted to show them this footage. We recorded this because it was really late at night, or we had lost streaming signal from our phones. So we just recorded stuff that we couldn't stream. And this is really just a cool footage dump. But if you missed some of the road trip, it really sucks, to be honest, because it was amazing. We met Jason Mewes on the trip, met Bruce Green and Kind of Funny and Snowbike and Athena and the Sues from our chat. And it was a great time. But if you are here and you're enjoying this content, give it a thumbs up, comment about it, all that stuff. Enjoy. And just have some fun. Sit back and listen to all these stories that SnowBikeMike of Kind of Funny tells me and Greyson as we explore Tahoe. Have fun. I love you. I love you. You're my best friend. Oh.
Is our highest peak in the basin, and so just like two small points you see, everything else kind of hilly over here, which is what you'll notice. Lower elevation. Still about 6'2", 6,200 feet above, so we're pretty high up from where you guys just started at San Francisco.
How far up are we going? Like
Here with this hike?
Yeah.
This is probably a 5-minute hike. And then we're gonna climb up the side of the rock face over at Cave Rock here. Probably go up like 50 feet. It's not super high. Not super high. I mean, I don't know the logistics, Grace. I don't think about it. Let's just climb, baby. Just climb.
Just climb, baby. Just start going.
I mean, you'll see it right now, Grace. You can see all the people up there. Something happened where this became like a prime tourist destination. It never was like that.
They knew you were coming out here, Snowbike.
But I will say people should see it because it truly is incredible. So I'm happy that people are at least seeing it. So yeah, we'll go right where that little tree is. You can see people's heads. That's where we're climbing to.
Greyson adventure.
I know.
Mike, how many ladies have you brought up here?
I mean, probably about 50, and my mama, you know what I mean? And my mama. I'm bringing everybody up here. This is like when the two Texas boys came to visit me, Washburn and JD.
Yeah.
I didn't care about our whole weekend plans. This was the only spot that I wanted to go the most.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care what we do. We have to go here at sunset. And so we waited a couple nights, but then we finally made it work.
Yeah. No, I mean, Grace and I, like, views are our biggest thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad we can't find any.
I know. Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Too bad it's just the ugliest place I've ever been, you know?
So Grace and I are in bad shape, just so you know.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. I stay fit like a cheetah, even though I'm certainly rounding out because I sit in the chair all day. But I still could give you a solid 5-minute mile. So everybody knows out there. It's a solid 5-minute mile.
I love in heavyweights when he goes, all right, take a meditation break. After that, we're going to climb that 1,000-foot rock face with our bare hands and feet. I know you can do it. Before they even answer, I know you can do it.
And so you saw the Golden Gate Bridge today.
Half
What
of it.
else did you see?
Lombard Street.
Oh, gotta go to Lombard Street.
Drove down.
Yep. Wines and twists. Yeah, gotta do that. Little
We
Hayden
all-
Ashbury, old school hippies.
No, I didn't go there yet.
No, okay.
But we went to this food truck park that was really, really sweet.
Ooh, okay, food trucks. Yeah.
Did our G1 get together there?
Oh, that's awesome. I forgot about the G1 get-togethers. How have that been? Pretty cool to see all the community.
It's been wild because, you know, sometimes it's as simple as like we met 2 for pie
Okay.
at Aikida's. It's like a pie place over in Auburn.
Okay.
Or just like meeting a couple in a parking lot
Yeah.
if they can meet us kind of on the route, right?
That's what it's all about.
So it's weird. We're at that good size where like we're small enough to where it's not like a security issue yet.
Yes, where like you got to call ahead to Chick-fil-A, like, yo, we coming in with about 1,000.
Yeah. But I mean, we might have like 50 people have signed our map so far. So
That's great.
Yeah.
How killer. You guys got a map with you to be
Yeah.
able to sign?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Love that.
At least it feels incredible outside right now.
Right? So, like, this is the hottest it will get here in Lake Tahoe, right? This is like mid 80s, which doesn't sound too hot in certain areas where you're from.
Yeah.
But because of the elevation where we're at, we're so close to the sun, it feels really hot, right?
yeah.
But when you go outside, you'll have that crisp mountain air, that nice breeze. Killer. Nice. Really nice.
God damn, my calves are pathetic.
Oh man, I'm burning so many calories. I love it.
Yeah.
What's the best place y'all ate at so far?
Oh man.
Have you been keeping track? Have you been trying new and different things?
Yeah.
We had amazing Mexican food in El Paso, Mike.
Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
dumped
Yeah.
they dumped over easy eggs on the enchiladas.
Killer.
It was incredible.
Why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Had some really good breakfasts
French toast, best
Yeah.
we've ever had.
French
In El
toast.
Paso.
in El Paso again.
Love that. Love
On
that.
some it was like Jewish Hana bread, I think.
Yeah, the big thick stuff.
Uh-huh.
We had some pretty good coffee this morning.
Is this where we're at? We're climbing up the backside of this. It's gonna get a little jagged, a little rugged. Gonna have to use 4 points.
Amazing.
Right, your hands and your feet. But you'll be
Amazing.
fine.
Amazing. Grayson, we're climbing.
I know.
I made jokes about climbing so many rock faces when we were driving through
And now
Phoenix.
you actually get to do it.
Yeah.
So now the best part is I get to show off, which is my favorite.
Is it,
Show
Mikey?
off my cool skills.
There's one thing about you. You're not an entertainer.
No, I don't like to show off,
not-
but now I get to show off.
You're not that kind of guy. So maybe give up. You know.
There's a part of me that misses this feeling that I have right now.
Being fucked up.
Yeah.
So this is a national park, correct? Is this just public?
Lake Tahoe is under a national park area, yes. Different subsects as well. Here, Cave Rock, yes. Loading dock, this area.
Careful. Easy, Mikey.
You can't control it once it's ready.
Yeah, it's coming up.
It's like a tiger about to get out the cage.
You're just gonna free climb
I'm
this
about
thing?
to scale the shit out of this mountain right now.
Grayson, you wanna go first? And I'll watch you.
Sure. Grayson, I'm going no hands, just so you
Yeah,
know.
I have to go no hands.
No hands.
Mike, I'm gonna do my best to go no hands.
Okay.
Mikey, you wanna go backwards with no hands and hold the gimbal? Go, Mikey. Oh. What happened?
Good thing we brought the water bottles. It's fine. Stuff up there.
Come on, Mikey. Come on, Mikey. Show him.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll follow that up.
This guy just said it seems you're going down.
Someone sees you going down, except for you're doing it in the dark. Duh. Yep, hands just came out. Hands came out, that's one.
Okay, here we go.
I've never been a good looker.
You know your way around. Like, are you a local?
Oh!
Ooh. Come on through, my guy. We got a little clog up.
If I did it,
Yeah. Go this way. See? Right around. Easy peasy. Let me get out of your way and you guys can start trekking up that way. It's a lot easier. Each path that you think is difficult, look around a little bit. There's an easier way. Like this one right here.
You got it, Sean?
Whoa, Mike. Oh.
I love this. You are like a little tiger, dude. This is it. I don't get out of the house much, so I'm always excited to go into it. Get them out. I was wondering. Nice job, Bolen. Good climbing, kid.
I could have climbed in Phoenix, I'm telling you.
Yo, come on. Put your hands on it.
Put your...
What did you do?
Oh, Jesus.
How'd y'all do?
Good.
Come up, enjoy it. Soak it in, we'll find a spot afterwards.
it's just for the view and it's great.
So thin down there.
So thin.
Daming camera.
Take it again.
Hindi photos આવે છે પણ આંખ નથી ફોટો છે જો બી
Fleur, ikaw nga dyan.
Susan!
tapang nitong babaeng ko.
Ikaw, Fleur, from sa side mo picture mo.
say I think so. Tony. What's the joke? Tony, what did
Rayleighs for a little bit of heater or a little bit of AC, you know, depending on the season.
Yeah.
Walk right up. And like that got me in a bad habit because A, I wasn't driving that much, but B, I figured out that it was such a short walk, I didn't need to overdress. So I was never wearing my snow pants, never wearing a jacket, looking like a total jabroni and walking across the way over to work in like a sweatshirt and some sweatpants. And that was the end of me because now I pretend like it's never too cold and I just never wear the right clothes. Just do it. It's awesome. What was the best?
Don't nobody live life like Snowbike will.
You just gotta go have some fun with it. So now we have mini golf here along with an ice skating rink. And the weirdest store I've ever seen, Sock City. And Sock City, it sounds like a joke and some people are like, yo, I have one of those too. This place has been in business for like 6 years. I don't know how that's possible. In the highest paid rent area in town and selling socks only. Who's buying socks? Who's buying those socks?
Have you gone in there?
No, yeah, I go in there every single time. They got cool socks. What do you want me to say?
How good are the socks?
I mean, I'm not buying socks for that much. I can't buy socks for that much. Movie theater. See all my movie theaters there. All my movie experiences.
Oh, that's nice.
Killer mini golf.
That's
Oh my
Killer
God.
ice rink, and they got the lights above, make it feel real like you're in a snow globe type feel. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Didn't
there's
even-
Sock City.
Sock City, right here. I love the lights. Look at this. Close, thankfully. Good. Go in there. Sean might be walking out with a $34 pair of socks right now.
$34.
He'd do it. He'd buy at least one.
I would convince him. Kalani's, cool like Hawaiian fusion spot. We used to go here all the time after work. The bar crew puts lesson here in the fast food industry. So, or not fast food, but like food and beverage industry. It's like you have the front of the house and you have the back of the house. And the bar is always down to go out and have fun. And so it's like Kalani's was happening all the time. My favorite Starbucks, 2 chas. Y'all know that, 2 chas.
Is it the Bling Grey?
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, thank you. Base Camp Pizza. So this is a 3-restaurant spot all in the village, just absolutely running food and beverage here. This guy came down and installed the pizza spot that exploded. And then up in the front of the village, he has 2 other spots. That's Bolen and Cali Burger. This place is packed all the time. Best food around, packed place.
Are you gonna see me more?
But also like $30 plus for a pizza, crazy. Crazy pricey.
Do you remember when I remember going to Pizza Hut and being like, oh shit, like $20 for a large pizza? Oh God.
Isn't that wild shit?
Grayson, do you like to think about how like I like to think that everybody like makes fun of us for recording is like, oh look how stupid they are, and it's like, no bitch, this is our job.
Yeah.
It's
Well, the thing is that most of the time they just don't understand what we're doing, and if they did know, they'd be like, oh God damn it.
yeah.
Right here, this is how I'd go to work. This is one of the 3 restaurants I used to oversee. Heavenly Gondola.
Oversee.
Yeah, so I was the assistant manager of 3 locations here, Heavenly Gondola, food and beverage. And so we have this quick spot right here, hot and fresh mini donuts. So imagine like a small conveyor belt and kind of like funnel cake style donuts that could be ready in a flash. So we used to do that with custom creations. It was a fun job, but nobody wants to smell like just fried Grace all the time.
Yeah.
It's the worst job as
Yeah.
well. Just remember that it was the worst job too. I hated it so much.
I worked at Dairy Queen and like working the deep fryer is just like constant grease on the front of my shirt from just splashing.
This girl, I'll never forget, first time working there, after a week comes up to me and goes, Mike, I bought a new car before the season before I moved up here, and now it smells like donuts.
Oh no.
Yup.
Oh,
That's going to
no.
happen for life. And this was like
For
one
life.
of those like, I'm a cute SoCal girl thinking I'm an Instagram model, and it's like, ooh, girl, don't go in that car. It's going to smell bad. Big old.
Huh?
That's my size chair.
Chair for Grayson.
Hell yeah.
Made out of skis.
That's you right there.
All right.
So
Doing the tree lighting ceremony. So like every holiday, they used to do it way down at the Y. And so my boss at the time created his own. And it was the first year of this, right? His big plan to have the first ever tree lighting ceremony in the Heavenly Village. And he goes for another job down in Mexico and calls me. He's like, hey, you want to do this? And I was like, that would be a huge honor. Like, I would love that, right? And he's like, all right, I'll send you all the details. I looked at him right before I left and I was like, I'm going to write a speech. He's like, don't write a speech. And I was like, I'm going to write a moving speech. It's going to be beautiful. I got this. Don't write a speech. Stick to what I got for you and you get out of there. I go, okay. Day of, I remembered he's not there, so I can do whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
So I show up, my friends come to rally around, everybody's there, and it is torrential snowfall. It's cold, it's freezing, people don't want to be there, right?
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking is, this is bad. Then I show up, and the two girls that were in charge of setting it up for him had nothing. One canopy tent up, hiding underneath it, no light turned on or anything. And I'm like, girls, what are we doing here? And they're like, we're just handing out hot chocolate. That's all he told me to do. And I was like, I can't see anything. We got to do something, right? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, oh my God. So I help them put up the tent. We put up a secondary tent where the stage was supposed to be with the light on it. And I'm like, girls, come on. This is like just a big moment for me, right? We got to have this perfect, right? And I come up and I walk up. I unbutton my pea coat and I look out at my friends. I'm like, this is the coolest moment ever. This is what I've always dreamed of. And I give this impassioned speech all about Tahoe, the significance for tourists and locals to come see this lit up tree and just know it's a beacon of joy, of holiday spirit, of togetherness. And I'm like, you are crushing this, Mike. And then it was like, all right, Mike, you need to kick it to the city official. He's going to come up and give a speech. And I look down and I go, and now introducing your city council member, blah, blah, blah. And he looked up at me from the front row and goes, I didn't prepare a speech, and they didn't tell me I was doing that. In front of everyone. After I just gave the most incredible speech of my life, he looks up at me and goes, I'm not doing that, and turns around. The timing of Mr. and Mrs. Claus was timed to have this guy speak for at minimum 30 to 60 seconds. Walk, hey everybody, thanks for coming out, really happy, and then get off the stage. He refused to do that, which then turned into this. Mr. and Mrs. Claus are on their way, because I wasn't prepared to give a second speech or anything. And now it's
How many
raining,
people?
it's
How
snowing.
many people are in the
There's
crowd?
like 300 people in front of me, and they are now booing me. What are we doing here, boo? And I'm like, oh my God, where is Mr. and Mrs. Claus? I'm yelling at the two girls. Oh, they're coming. They start the horse ride all the way down at the casinos. It was a full, slow carriage ride to get there. I'm buying time. It's been 90 full seconds, and Santa Claus isn't here yet. It was the most incredible experience of my life. They finally show up. Santa Claus, hey, here you go, light it up. He gives me some sass, right? Because he doesn't want to be on the rain, so I'm sure he just gave me sass because of that. He goes, all right, let's light up the tree. The team over here gets ready to light it, but due to all the water, it shorts out. Boo! People are booing. I quickly got on stage, went to my friends, and didn't talk to anyone after that. We just went for it. I got one incredible photo, if you look at my Instagram right there. The 5-second period it was lit up.
Yeah.
Like, somehow walked up to the top of the stairs, begged my friend to take a photo, took the photo, lights went out for good for the rest of the night. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it's one of the biggest moments of my life. It's so cool.
Super embarrassing, but like that teaches you so much about what it takes, right?
You can only expect the job that you're going to go do until it absolutely goes down, right? Like you're not planning for that. You don't expect that, right? And no matter what you do in life, like here it comes, and you got to find a way to just kind of balance it and go.
Has anyone seen Mr. Claus? Where are they?
Sean, you wouldn't believe it, Sean.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
I'm kind of keeping it in something about this as we go location to location, but
Across the way, this new place called the Zalanta for like 3 years now. Nice like $1 million condos you can rent out. The whole bottom used to be bare, and they didn't know what they were going to do with it quite yet, because we were starting to go into this weird phase of like Tahoe taking a small dip in tourists and money coming in. And then they found the right investors, and they put in a bunch of storefronts. But check this out. This is the Tahoe pub, or like club, I think. And it's a mini golf course with a bar. It's killer. It's really cool. Brand new, just opened up this summer. Awesome spot.
Mike,
That whole place left vacant the whole time.
can you tell me a little bit about like your passion for this city? Like, can you just speak to like why and like what? I mean, because it seems like your brand is your relationship with Tahoe. Like, can you speak a little bit to that, just so I can be inspired? I'm sorry, Grace.
Very good. I mean, to be honest with you, Sean, I think it's just special to me. It's just like one of these places that I'll never forget in my life. It was the first place I moved away from home and had to become myself. I had no friends, I had no one, and I was just here for school and work, and like figured out that like, man, people around the globe come together and they build bonds and friendship in this city where you're never gonna forget it, and all of this incredible stuff. And it's just like one of those, like, man, I never want to leave here. I feel this when I'm looking at the locals and they share this bond over skiing and snowboarding, summer fun, and just having a good time in the outdoors. And they all bonded together no matter what their walk of life was in their job, which was so cool. And to see that from like 18 to 27, I think really leaves a lasting impact on you.
Like the real formative years, right? Not like...
Yeah, this was me, like figuring it all out and finding friends and starting anew. And it was wild to be here of all places. And like the vibe at 18, the casinos are 21 plus.
Yeah.
So it was like this weird vibe of like
you're kind of stuck with...
You've moved to a small town and like the community college is small, and it's just like your friends go to the 21 plus casino, you're not going there. You know what I mean? Like you're just stuck at home. And it was this weird vibe of finding friends my age. Working from 18, I worked full time at 18, and then moving onward, it was just like I moved into that food and beverage industry and never looked back. I dropped out of school. I was working there. I had fun because it was food and beverage, which I'm not passionate about. I don't like cooking, Sean, at all. I hate cooking. And I was in a kitchen for 13 years and I hate cooking. And it's just one of those of like, when you work there, it's a different vibe than just a kitchen because you're up on the mountain. And I shared this passion with tourists coming up, and like Vail stuck with me. It's a weird thing of like, I bought into that corporate lifestyle and I loved it of like, this is an experience of a lifetime. People travel from around the globe to this destination right now, spending all their hard-earned money to have the time of their life.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is a lasting memory you're going to give to somebody. And if you can help provide that in any way, shape, or form, that's an awesome feeling.
It's different. It's different. You know, you serve somebody up a cone of Dairy Queen and it's like, cool, maybe you made their day like a little bit better, right? But like, even with Greyson, we went and saw like this shitty tourist attraction in Phoenix recently. And it was the dumbest thing. It was like a fake alien history where aliens were riding dinosaurs and stuff. We get home and Tiff, his girlfriend, is like, I remember, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
And it's like, if no matter where you're working in a town like this, you have an identity of, you know, kids, adults, honeymooners, empty nesters, like trying to...
First time ever seeing snow, first time ever skiing or snowboarding, and they're making these memories, and you're just like kind of part of that. You all share that, and so like, oh my God, then the town on top of that, with the tourists coming up and how it changes so much, like small mountain town to just a packed city like we're seeing right now, with that moving and shaking.
What's it grown like since you've been here?
I mean, if anything, it's changed. It still feels like it stayed the same, but we've made some big moves that have changed the feel and the look of town at certain periods where it would look massive and look really impressive. Like, for one thing I think of is like, right here where we're standing used to be one of the biggest places on the world to party and celebrate New Year's Eve. And it's cold. It's cold. It's the middle of winter. Nobody wants to be here, but still, thousands of people would flock here to celebrate that holiday of all holidays. It used to be up on the ABC and NBC countdowns. You'd see Lake Tahoe. When I first moved here, it was like that, right? The first 3 years, people were climbing up on top of the telephone pole, staying out till midnight, screaming in the middle of the freezing cold. And like something started to die off, and all of a sudden it shifted over, and somehow somebody struck gold and figured out, let's identify the younger demographic, and they created Snow Globe, the EDM festival here. So during New Year's, you'd go to the community college and they would throw a massive Snow Globe EDM concert, and that changed the landscape where now everybody's over there having fun. The casinos feel a little bit older, and you're over there having a good time outside under the stars, listening to awesome artists and music for 3 straight days. It was really cool. It was a cool vibe.
And you're saying that change skewed the demographic to
I think
bring
it
in
skewed
younger...
a little bit of the demographic, but I think it didn't grow or lessen. It just kind of moved to a different location, which now makes it feel like when you come here, it's kind of ancient. It's archaic in almost some point, because we're going to walk through here, and it might be a little hopping, but in all honesty, it feels like it's just an older demographic that's just kind of riding it out. And like, when I look around, I don't see many kids of my age over there, right? That 20 to 30 demographic that's in there having a good time. It seems to be like, hey, let's go outside. Let's venture.
Yeah.
Let's go see the world instead of gambling our life away, you know? But it's dope. Ooh.
Grayson, if we could just be passionate about anything, like Mike's passionate about Tahoe.
I mean, we are, but yeah, Mike takes it with Tahoe.
I also just blacked out there because I got so excited, you know what I mean? But I could keep going. It's just like, everybody's got that one thing. I'm just blessed to have it be Tahoe.
I'll hit you with the Oprah question. It's
Yeah.
like, what's like, we talked about this a little bit off camera, but like, do you have like anxiety in moving to San Francisco to join your kind of funny boys?
That's funny you said that, because I did, and I actually had a big moment in my life change just recently. So when I first was offered the full-time role and the idea was to move down there, it was something where I was like, oh, that will be future Mike, don't worry about that. We're not thinking about that because it was so far in the distance.
Yeah.
And then recently the talk came up.
Boys.
Let's go over here, because there everybody's going to be leaving there.
Okay.
We're going to go right here. And kind of like the talk came up again, and it was one of those of like having that stunning realization that I'm gonna leave here and I'm gonna move somewhere that I've never been to again, and only thing you hear about San Francisco is how incredible it is, but how expensive it is in rent, right?
Yeah.
And so now there's like this punch to the gut, because you go to apartments.com and you look up rent and you're like, oh my god, this is insane, I'm never gonna make it, I'll die out there, I gotta work at Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
And I had that feeling for like 2 months where it just scared me, right? I was scared to leave my cauldron. I was scared to leave the Lake Tahoe Basin. And I went down this weekend, guys. Truly and honestly, I went down and we saw the studio. And like, I always ask Greg Miller and Tim and Nick and the whole team, like, these questions about like, how are you feeling right now? Like, what's going on in your mind as you look at your team here? And like, he gave me this confidence of like, this is it, Mike. We're going to be good. This is what we're going to do. We're going to kill it. We're going to go have fun. And it made me feel confident. It made me feel safe. And it made me feel like I had a family.
That's home.
That was the moment. Right there. Was talking that with Greg and knowing that Tim, Nick, Andy, Greg, Kevin, Cool Greg, Joey, Barrett, everybody blessing on that team has my back and wants to see me succeed. And it was like so scary because I'm leaving everything I know.
Yeah.
But they're there. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
After this weekend changed everything.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go.
And
I'm gonna be honest with you. Sorry, Tim, I didn't want to go. I was scared.
But seeing them in person, it's different, because you're like they're your bosses and your peers, right? But then you're eating with them at a dinner table, and it's like, oh, they're real.
They're real.
Yeah.
They're my friends. They're my family. They're the people that believe in me and want to see me do great. And I love being around them because I feel the same way. It's like, that was big.
We're just gonna cry in the club right here, listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I know.
Are we gonna go over there and check it out?
I mean, we can get up close. So this is where the gates are, essentially,
Okay.
right? So that's the entrance, and then we can walk down to the end of the block and cut over, and that's a gate, right? To make it a little bit quieter and hear it. But yeah, you're pretty much here, unless we want to go into that bar, grab a drink.
Let's do it. Wherever you lead the way.
Oh no, let's go. I mean, I can hear it.
Yeah.
I haven't been here either. I hear nothing but great things from my buddy Teddy, who works here. The coolest part about working in the food and beverage industry is meeting people from all different backgrounds and ages, and I became friends with them. They were my family from 18 to 30, right? And it's like, now everybody's like gone to different restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, Teddy's there. He's cooking up something good, or like the bar's bumping with Joe. And it's just like, I love that. I love that, because I feel like, oh man, this is it.
This place is small.
I was like, yeah, got a little rollover.
And then sometimes like
You said there's a beaver place we're eating at later?
Lucky Beaver.
What is
That's
that?
my favorite place in all of town.
Is it?
You know, Lucky Beaver was actually supposed to be a strip club in like a basement. They're like, no, don't do that. And
Nuh-uh.
Lucky Beaver thankfully came in and saved the day.
And they kept it?
Killer restaurant and bar based out of Reno. And it is just 24/7. It never closes, Sean. It never closes. It just stays open. They gotta move product in the middle of the day past people. But they have the best burgers. When we go see it, the place is gonna be bumping. And they got this awesome spinning grill right in the front window. They just put meat on. And you just stare at it all drunkenly after the nightclub. I'm like, I need that. It's the best.
All right, sweet.
I've never been there.
Okay. You want to go in? Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna.
You can just stop. You never know what you're gonna watch.
It's improv / stand-up comedy, thankfully. I don't know if I could handle improv.
Yeah.
But stand-up comedy was cool. It's really cool.
Where are we, Mikey?
Okay, so right now we are in Harvey's Lake Tahoe. This is my third favorite casino. I started to rank them, and you're going to be live right now for the Game Attack G1 SnowBikeMike Lake Tahoe Casino rankings right now. But this is number 3. Oddly enough, I really love what we're seeing in front of us called The Book. This is the sports betting area. I still don't understand after 13 years of living here what any of these numbers mean on the real, right?
Here's what's gonna happen.
Looking.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna swing low to your feet. You're gonna get in front of the book, and then I'm gonna do a really great dynamic shot and come back up to you at the feet. So you go and start
Do I
walking.
need to say anything?
No, you're fine.
So, The Book is a freaking cool spot in Tahoe, right? It's real cool looking. Great interior where you can casino that. NCAA March Madness, the best here, the best. Right to the look. It's so cool looking. And this is the only unique spot where it makes you feel like that. This place always got me. I was like, oh shoot, they got a stadium. That means they got like a small club where they put on like the big Super Bowl parties and stuff. No, it's just an exit. Don't worry about that. Nothing cool's happening there. But here is where it's all at. So this is like one of the key defining qualities that I love about this place. But what we're gonna see right now as we're walking through here, the worst casino layout of them all. They're just the weirdest layout right now. We're gonna see, that's why it's number 3 on the list. We'll talk about one more positive that I really love, but right now, I'm gonna have to give it number 3, which is sad to think. I'm trying to think of, yeah, I know what I'm putting number 2. I know what I'm putting number 2. Hard Rock used to be here. My co-manager, Steve, his wife worked out here, Lizzie. She was so sweet. Look at how cool this place is. They used to have restaurant tables on the deck, right? It's a mini cabin inside of a casino. That's what I love. Just who thought of that? Who thought of that killer idea? And then it just shut down. In a casino. That's why it gets some bonus points. That's why it's number 3. Okay, so now show me how weird this spot is. Right now, we're at this weird, like, far right orientation, the furthest north on the casino floor you can be. And it wraps in this weird, like, L almost view. It just doesn't match up right. You don't have that cool grand scale of, like, looking at a cool Vegas casino, which is very
It's wide. It's wide. It's wide.
Oh, he said it's wide?
It's wide. He said it's wide.
Oh,
It's wide. He said it's wide. Putting it down for a second. There's so many people.
The only place in the top of the casinos that has one of these.
Yeah.
So weird. So weird.
Hey,
What's the magnet? How weird is that, Greyson? What the fuck? It's the weirdest setup I've ever seen. I think you might be able to ride this. It might have one of the outdoor, like, looking glass elevators. Not quite sure. Let's see. Got fish for like 2 days, maybe 3 days actually. It's too much. But like none of these speak to me, right? I don't like any of these guys, but I go and I have a great time. Have a great time.
You don't like Alabama?
I don't know who they are. Just like that. I don't know Alabama. Never heard that name. Probably heard one of their songs before.
Yeah. I can't tell you
Probably.
what song it is. But
What
I
is
know
it?
they are.
What is
No,
it?
I said I can't.
Oh, you
And
can't?
I've heard them.
Okay. Whoa, something's popping up. Could be the piano.
what's up?
Oh my god. I can't wait to show you when I used to host karaoke. It was just like this. It was unbelievable. I brought up the key points that I really liked about this casino is the entrance, and I love this vibe of like this mountainous feel, the trees. We saw the Hard Rock with that, rockin' dueling pianos at the entrance, and a big, massive arcade underneath here. This has the best arcade out of all the casinos. It's massive.
An
It's really
arcade?
cool, too. You can see it right when you walk in.
What?
Right there. Big. You have the arcade. And
Oh, what?
all the way around here underneath too. It's the coolest. It's the coolest. Yeah, they got Taco. Taco was the spot. It was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like Margaritaville in your town, like this weird chain place where you go underneath, and it was foreigners night, right? Anybody that was on a J1 visa from Peru, Brazil, Argentina, all of your friends you met from around the world would come here on Sundays, and it would explode.
That's
man.
awesome.
It was so cool. It was so cool. I'm trying to remember what the name was. It was Taco Now, but before it was something. It was some sort of chain, and everybody loved it. It popped off. Oh my god. Was because I was working up at Heavenly, who employed about 500 J1 students from around the world, and like they would go down to South America and allow these college students to get visas and a chance to work up here to better their English skills and like, you know, grow as a person. And they'd all come up to Tahoe, and like I made friends with people from Peru, Brazil, Argentina. That was I would have never met those people in my life if it wasn't for that job and being here, which was so cool. And so, yeah, what a special opportunity that was to add into the mix, right? We talk about locals, we talk about tourists, and then you're talking about the J1s, right? Those kids from South America that come and like, oh my God, how cool was that? What a great culture that is. It's awesome. I'm trying to remember, what was that place called? Come to me. Lake Tahoe, Aleworks, right? Tahoe. Across the way.
Really?
Cannot compete with Lucky Beaver, because Lucky Beaver, the best. So you see there's a line outside the Beef because it's happening right now. They turned this into a mini nightclub, and all of a sudden Aleworks is popping. Popping, y'all. It's insane how great it is.
Okay, where's the Lucky Beaver? Oh, there it is.
Beef right there, man. You can't look at that logo, Greyson. Look at that logo. That's a sick logo. Brilliant. And then over here, this is where it got weird, right? They never really found anything to truly take this spot. And so what they did is like they have this weird jewelry spot. They got Dottie's, who sells the best prices for cigarettes, is what all my friends say. Never even step foot in Dottie's. You have to ring a bell to get into Dottie's. I'm not going into that place. But over here, they have Exhale, which is like so weird. It's like this weird, grubby hookah bar, and like people just go out and party in a basement. I don't want to be in a basement no more.
Yeah.
I'm going to be outside. Like, I'm not trying to be in a basement.
I've been in a lot of Austin clubs where it's like, this is horrible. Like, this is so claustrophobic.
I'm trying not to be there, right? Hard Rock. Hard Rock took over the Horizon about 5 years ago. So one of the coolest moments was living in the change in the hand-me-down of a casino to a different corporation. So the Hard Rock had to throw this gigantic reveal and first night party, which was so cool to be a part of. Like, think about that. A casino first night, and like the change of that was really, really special. This whole place was packed. Every New Year's, this whole pavilion gets packed, and this is where I did a lot of my early MC career gigs, and it was so much fun because that's where I got to grow, was getting here every Tuesday to Thursday in the afternoon. I would come hot off of work. I'd come down from the mountain, I'd change, and I'd show up here to host different gigs. Hard Rock actually is going to be ranked #1 for me right now of casinos and casino floors, but there's actually a lot of flaws that I want to dig in more for. But the reason why it's #1, great casino floor and a lot of people here. They really found the market of a younger audience to make it fun. So if you take a look, it has that grander scale. So just the whole floor here. They figured out the look of like kind of renovating this space that was dying and dingy and make it really, really fun. And I gotta say, they crushed the idea. Good vibes here as well. Just had a nightclub open up. This is called Center Stage Bar. Great location across from the casino floor. Killer vibes. Good spot here. Right up here.
Yeah, you're good. Bye.
But right here is where the training wheels came off of me as an MC host. This is when my boss kind of let me off the leash and was like, hey, I trust you, Mike. You can show up, you can help organize this, and you can do a great job. And that was a big moment, a big informative moment for me of growth and confidence. That's the main goal.
Confidence. I didn't record the whole thing, but Mike was saying that like he was doing shows where come back. He was doing shows where he was just entertaining like elderly, slow crowds. But like you still had to be on for them, right?
You got to be on, and you got to find a way to engage them, right? And so your normal tactics might not work with this crowd, and so I found ways to like get to know them because they were all locals and regulars, or there'd be new tourists, and I found a way to like get to know them and rile them up. Like, oh my gosh, Becky, I think we're calling your name today. She'd be over there like, oh,
yeah.
And I'm like, we're gonna do this, and we'd have so much fun. It's cool.
But I think like for me as a server for 8 years, it's that resourcefulness to build an instant rapport with anybody that's really important, especially for what we do. So that's really cool to hear about. Sorry I didn't roll on the whole story, but I was just kind of listening to it as Sean and didn't want to turn on a camera.
Burn out too. I love it.
Stony baloney out here. Yeah, stony baloney.
California, Nevada, baby. Live life. Live it out.
Stony baloney. Oh, it smells like Uncle Kenny's house right there. It smells like Uncle Kenny's house.
So this is Mont Bleu. This is where I have so many stories. This was my childhood. This was my adulthood, is what I should say, right? Because Mont Bleu has the best, most poppin' nightclub for locals and tourists, along with over here at Harris, which we'll see later. But like, this was the nightclub that everybody of my friends would go to. It held all of the fun concerts because it has a good medium to large size concert hall that brought in all of my favorite acts. They brought in Daniel Tosh 5 years in a row. I asked a go-go dancer to go to Daniel Tosh with me while she was dancing. Walked up in the middle of a nightclub while it's popping, pulled this girl down and said, will you go to Daniel Tosh with me? She said, yeah, I'll go with you, right? Bang, it's the night of, right? I'm like, how do I make an impact on this hot-ass go-go? It's the hottest girl I've ever seen in my entire life. I bring one rose. Show up, she's coming off her work, she's coming over, and the guy, some 3 big muscleheads come up. What's up with the rose, dude? That seems kind of pathetic. He's like, don't worry about it. This girl turns the corner right as they said that to me and starts walking down. You have never seen 3 dudes shut up so fast in their life. As I handed this girl a rose and she kissed me on the cheek, it was on, right? Took this incredible go-go dancer to Daniel Tosh. Mont Bleu made that happen. Wiz Khalifa and Stupid. I met Chuck Liddell got us into a concert off of a crazy story. So it's Bass Nectar. It is the prime of EDM back in the early, like that late 2000s, early like teens of 2000s, right? Bass Nectar is the hottest thing on planet Earth. He's there for 2 days, right? 2 full days here in Tahoe at Mont Bleu. The concerts are selling out left and right. And I look at my buddy PJ and I was like, we're going to this. Let's go night 1. 5 hours beforehand, murmurs start to speak around the town. Yo, you heard about those fake tickets? Did you get fake tickets? Turns out my buddy got fake tickets. I look at PJ and go, oh shit. He looks at me and goes, your tickets are legit, right? I bought my tickets off of my good friend Will, and I believe them to be real, right? And I'm like, no, we're good, bro. We got this. We're going to the party of the year, right? We show up. Without any hesitation, the security guard at the line looks at our tickets, goes, those are fake. Go up to customer service. I looked at PJ and go, damn, that sucks. We strolled to customer service, and there is 2 people over on the far left side with one of the small employees I'll never forget because he worked there for years. And it is a man and a woman, and this man is big. We walk up, it is Chuck Liddell and his date and or wife, whoever it may be, some lady, and he is yelling at this kid. We're getting into this concert no matter what. And he looks at us, and he goes, these 2 are coming with me. No! Get us in. And this man was like, you got it, sir, and came around the desk, escorted us to backstage, where we're now backstage with Bass Nectar. An iconic moment. And Chuck Liddell looks at us and goes, have fun, boys. And let us go in, and it became the party of the year. Wild. And so, yeah, from concerts like Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa. What is happening?
I don't know.
Too Short and Fat Joe showed up. Then we had one concert where it was Nelly, and my friends were like, I'm not going to see Nelly. That sounds dumb. I bought 8 tickets to Nelly. All of my money I had in my bank account for me and my friends to go. We had the best time ever, and Nelly started to sing, and he was like, I need a duet partner, and I raised my hand. I was like, Nelly, I got that.
Are you
right?
a liar, Mike?
I got that. And he looked at me, and he's like, I'm not bringing up this dude, and pulled up this lady who could actually sing.
Okay.
But I was ready to go up with Nelly and sing the verses for, I think it's Brandy. I think it's Brandy singing that. And it's like, I I do for you. And it's like, oh my God, I would have sang Nelly with Nelly. It was crazy. So yeah, medium to large concert hall, best nightclub right here. And then on top of that, when I started to do more MC hosting gigs, I took over Thursday night karaoke here and hosted a number of New Year's and Super Bowl events.
How often were you emceeing events?
3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it started off gradual with like once a week, and then it went to 2 to 3 times as Drew started to see that I had potential and he could take a step back and work on the business. So like I started to slowly, here's that, here's this. Hey, can you go do the holiday tree lighting? Can you do this?
So just for some context, Mike worked for a guy named Drew who would give Mike kind of like the leftover MC gigs that he was a little bit too big for, and so Mike was kind of picking up like the scrappier, smaller jobs, but it gave you all the opportunity in the world.
So we're gonna go to this bar right now. HQ, what up, homie? Have some fun tonight. Be safe. We're gonna go to this bar called HQ. It's this crazy circular bar, right? Nobody does a weird circular bar like this place with a fire pit in the middle, but they have Thursday night karaoke, right? And so HQ is this weird like runoff bar. So like when the nightclub is popping or the concerts are happening, HQ's where it's at.
Spillover.
It's like a cool hangout, right? And so on Thursday nights, HQ had like waves of up and down. It was good, it was bad. But I was telling these guys over at Harvest right now, they have dueling pianos and the place is jumping. And so sometimes during my karaoke job, it would be hopping, right? And so this one time, it's hopping, it's happening. And I saw the guy who works at the cigar shop come down, this man named Aaron, and he could sing the fucking lights off of a stage, right? And I know when he comes down, it's on, right? He's gonna sing Tennessee Whiskey, he's gonna sing some other song, and it's gonna fucking pop, right? Like, honest to God, it's gonna pop, right? And so this, like, the crowd is hype. People are all around us, and Aaron's walking down, I go, oh shit, here it comes. He comes up to me, he's like, what up, Mike? I was like, man, it's happening tonight, you're about to blow the roof off this place. In the front row are 2 gentlemen, and they're incredibly beautiful and super hot wives, right? And he gets up and starts to sing Tennessee Whiskey, and everybody's screaming, yelling, and they're yelling encore. And he looks at me with a smile, he goes, turn on Pour Some Sugar on Me, Mike. I get it queued up, he fucking, he's screaming on his knee. These 2 women stand up and take their top off and just start jumping. Everybody is screaming. This man is like laughing while singing. And I'm there like, holy fuck, karaoke is incredible, y'all. And so, yeah, I always knew this guy would get it. And it was this weird blend of like, I'm not a big music guy and I've never done karaoke until this. And so I had these fun moments of like, I would practice my MC skills. I'd come up there, what's going on, Mom Blue? Get ready for Thursday night karaoke. If you want to come and sing, come on down and meet me and Mike at the bar. We'll sign you up. You can sing, right? And I'd practice that. And then after a couple months, I was like, well, maybe I should sing, right? Maybe I should learn how to sing. So I started to practice Men in Black and Wild Wild West. Those are my comfort zones. So I'd sing, I'd open up the show with me doing Men in Black or Wild Wild West at karaoke. And then after that, I don't know, there was like this phase where I was like, I can't be here, it's too long, nobody can sing, it sucks. But you'd have these small little beats of greatness where it's like, yo, this is awesome and fun. So karaoke, when we see this bar, really defined me as an MC. What it was before was just this weird, like, unused space that turned into like the runoff from the club party pit, because over here they had one of the 2 remaining quarter games in America that was spit out quarter deck. And so how cool it was, it's like 2 giant pods here that would fit 8 people at a time on all around them. So it'd be like 16 people here, and it would just be these little animatronic freaking horses, like that weird hockey game you used to own, and they would just run around the track, and you would bet on first and second, and you would just shove quarters in here, right? And people would be screaming, and there was always the one, like, 1 to 18 bet that would pay out like 200 quarters, and like people would hit that and the whole thing would light up like an arcade machine. People would be screaming, throwing quarters. This place here, before they left, they lost that, was the coolest place in all of Lake Tahoe. Yeah. It was the most fun, it was chill, it was a great time.
It was simple too.
You had a great shot up at the nightclub when things were popping off to get up there, but this was fun and it was cheap and affordable. Great time. I miss it every day. And if there's one thing in life I could ever ask for, is that quarter horse derby machine. I'd put that in my garage and I would scream at that by myself. It was so much fun. What a great time. guys, Oscar's right there. literally
This is the
right there.
karaoke stage you were talking about?
I would stand up here at 9 p.m. at night in front of like a Thursday crowd, which was either hopping or not hopping, and I would give my full monologue and intro, and some nights even sing Wild Wild West to people that didn't want to hear Wild Wild West. And it popped off. I had my own little area right here. You see it? And then back up. One thing I hated was people coming out to me super wasted or like smelling like cigarettes.
Yeah.
What song can I sing? I'm like, don't get up in my ear with that. Like, back up a little bit, you know? And they're like, what song is this? I'm like, I'm not a music encyclopedia, people. You gotta know it, you know?
Can you give me Wild Wild West opening verse real quick?
No, I would.
No.
I would. I got.
No.
You need the music. You need the hype
No.
up. I mean, yeah, unless you want to beatbox it. No.
No.
We'll do it again.
No. Hey, Mikey, just real quick, just kind of say it. Just pretend. Just feel. You don't have to sing it all the way.
No, you can't
Just give me a
turn that
recital.
on. You
Give me a
gotta feel
recital.
the vibe. You gotta
Okay.
do it. I can't do it.
Okay. Brown. We're gonna come on, Mikey. Come on, Mikey. Come on.
So close. No.
Okay.
So on Blue as well, every Halloween ran the Freakers Ball. And so funny enough, my second ever boss was the entertainment and food and beverage manager / director here. Until they had a change
Watch out.
corporate pop. Until they had a change in corporation and they handed his job off. But my boss used to run the biggest Halloween party here in northern Nevada, and then people would leave to go to Vegas afterwards. And so Dave was pretty big on my life as well in emceeing and hosting, as he always encouraged me to go do what I wanted, right? He would see me at work, he would see me do these other jobs, and he would always root me on. And he actually taught me a lot of fun things, like Craven Moorhead. He told me about who Craven Moorhead is. That's how I started that.
What the hell? Who's Craven Moorhead?
Craven Moorhead. Oh my God. You're some of the parties we used to host. And so, Dave was the food and beverage / entertainment manager here, and then came up to Heavenly to work with me as my boss. So I had two bosses my whole life, Bob and Steve, who were the biggest influence on my early years as a kid, because they had me from 18 to about 25 or 26. And so Bob was a really great dude. Steve was a great dude who still works with me to this day. And Bob left, and they brought in Dave. And it was this weird transition period of like, what's that going to be like in life, right? A new boss, a new person you're going to work side by side with. And Dave came from this background and made a huge impact on my life because he came from entertainment and nightclubs. He knew what it took. He saw that kind of stuff and the roles I needed to go for. This guy was so supportive. I gave him all of me because I knew he was always encouraging me and trying his best for me. Mike, you got to go work that host job. I'll work for you. Or Mike, I'll talk to Drew. He's going to have you do this. You got to go do that. Go to this nightclub and tell them they need a host. Do this. And that guy changed my life because every day he would encourage me and allow me the growth and the room to try. And it was so cool.
This is so cool. I don't know how the gimbal is going to react to like G-force and stuff, so we'll see what happens, but it should be a lot of fun. Handles forward. Okay. Thank you. Oh, oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Oh my God. I'm gonna black out. Oh my God. Oh jeez. Oh God, that hurt a little bit. Okay, we're gonna black out right here. We're gonna black out. Okay, I got you.
All right, keep pushing forward, please.
You got it.
All right, now hands free. Press the release button for your seatbelt and step to your right. Have a good day, man.
Mikey, that was incredible.
Was it pretty awesome?
Yeah,
I know it's.
it
so
hurt a
great.
little bit, but that was fun.
It's fun, and they do a really good job. Is you can push down all the way like I do and try to go as maximum speed, but no matter what, it will always catch you. They have a braking system in there that will slow you down at certain points no matter what you do. But man, is it the coolest to be whipping through those little tight turns and tunnels with the rocks and the trees.
The best part is the beginning when it's like, oh, I hope this doesn't disconnect.
Exactly.
Because I'm going over the mountain.
I'm flying. Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it the coolest? So,
That was great.
Great vibe. Really fun. Cool little attraction. You know
That was mega worth it.
mega worth it.
Mega worth
Oh
it
my
every way. Thank you for that experience.
Hell yeah, brother. That was great. Let's go ride this chairlift for 5 minutes and then get the heck out of here.
All right.
We got to go hit the water.
Yeah.
Carson Valley, you guys are probably down there, I believe, this morning.
Scratches are killing me. There we go.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many scratches on all of
It
them.
just detects it as something and then rack focuses in on it. But what's up?
Just watching Wes rip it on heat.
We're going. Check it out. This is, look at the, you see, you can, like, this is like, the sections of the lake that were like really bright blue are like this. Like, that boat out there, it's like on top of 3 feet of water. You know what I mean? It's not deep at all. Like, you couldn't dive off that, you'd die. But, you know, this is cool stuff. I mean, how does it feel to you to see, like, the fact that you can see the rocks? Clearly there's no like wildlife or anything. I mean, obviously when it gets dark it's like kind of funky, but like, is it still,
Oh, it's horrifying.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Like, seeing the rocks there almost makes it worse.
Why is that?
I don't know. Like, I can't explain why.
I'm just curious about the phobia, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Well, my phobia is like I could see this where that tree is. It's all over.
Yeah,
like
past that.
immediately I'm like, nope. Because it's that look of just endless blue that gets me.
All right, it is hot.
Oh. God almighty.
You go out in the water with Mike and just kind of get acquainted a little bit, and we'll do your shot stuff.
Yeah.
Just have you step in just for a second and see what happens. Compressor right there. You want to unplug the?
Fuck. Shit. Whatever we're doing. No, it's just fucking hot.
You're doing it now?
I mean, we might as well. I don't want to stand in this. That's for damn
Step in,
sure.
Mikey.
Step in nice and easy. Feels great.
Oh,
That feels better than the
in
than the hot sun.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I don't know if you've ever heard this story about me, but we did this stream one time to where we put me in Subnautica in VR.
Subnautica.
And it was so bad that, like, have you ever played it?
I played Subnautica.
Whenever you're first on the ship and you look down at the water, like, you can see sweat pouring out of the goggles on how scared I am. Like, I couldn't go in. I had a full-on panic attack live on stream during it. It's how bad my phobia is of water.
Like he was like crying and
It
shaking and
is
stuff.
an incredible game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they do water so well that the idea of you doing that is right. It's like insane.
It was never again.
Oh my gosh.
That is incredible.
Good job, Ronald. So proud of you.
Oh my god.
I'll take.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out.
So where would you start him paddleboarding at?
You just go.
I mean, my goal is to get you like a little bit away from these rocks, but if you can get right
Yeah,
up there,
I'll go out there, no problem.
You're living it. You're
Yeah.
perfect.
See how far I can get to start filming it. So that way I can kind
Oh yeah. Easiest is to avoid these slippery rocks, so like maybe like better than deep, but yeah, nice and slow, big dog. Nice and slow.
Got the sandy feet.
I'm just making sure not to twist it.
Yeah, well. Oh, that is cold, Mike. Oh, it's wonderful. Is that your limit? You got it?
Probably right where you
That's
got
it?
Yep.
You got it. Nice and easy. Just wherever your balance is.
This is pretty much where my balance is.
Yeah, I
right
got
now.
you.
But it gives me kind of a good view to like get you out there.
Let me, I just want to go out to the rocks just for a second and I'll bring it
Go
back.
for it. Go for it.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. I love the doggies.
Yeah.
Come on. You can do it. Keep going.
Gonna keep going out?
Yeah, Mikey, what's the ratio to time to be spinning out here?
What do you mean?
Like, how much, like, do you like the water more or the mountain more?
The water more. So they always say in Lake Tahoe,
Oh,
you come for the
My
winter.
balls just turned into marbles.
Yeah, wild, right? You come for the winter, you stay forever due to the summer. And that's exactly how it goes. You come out here for a winter, you love the snow sports, you love all the fun, and then you experience this for your first ever summer, and you never leave. And that's how it goes.
Those rocks are super slick.
Super slick,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, don't fall over.